holes that are like this big. No, they don't. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. But first, I wanted to say, as always, down in the description, there is a link for our shirts. They look like this. Blue Trail Range, and on the back, it says, "You are never out of the fight." Go ahead, before you watch the video, click the link right down there. Click it. I'll wait for you. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Todd with Blue Trail Range, and in today's video, we're going to be shooting everything 22. I went through my safe, pulled out a bunch of stuff, just because I wanted to talk about something. And I mention it all the time when I teach classes, and a lot of people just don't realize it, and they're like, when I tell them. With that being said, I figured I'd share it with all of you. Now, some of you may already know, and you're going to be like, Todd, yeah, no duh. I already know this. Okay, just bear with me. There's a lot of people out there that just don't know it, and they're being bombarded with a bunch of stuff out there in the media and social media platforms that they just don't tell them the complete and utter truth about certain things. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a minute. So today we are shooting little 22. Now, you guys have seen me shoot 22s before. They are small in diameter, not a big round. I just wanted to go over some misconceptions and all that stuff. And we're gonna shoot each gun one at a time. And I'll give a quick description of what it is and judge for yourself. First and foremost, safety. I've already got my eyes on, so I'm gonna put on my ears. There we go. And it's a nice, cool 80 degrees out today, outside today. So I'm already sweating. So first up out of my safe, first 22. Bear with me, I'm gonna do the best I can with broken fingers. Is this little 22 bolt action Mossberg rifle. All right, it's a single shot, only holds one round at a time. So you gotta drop it on the little panel, send it forward. All right, got a little safety right here. That's how we do. That's it, not so bad. Tiny little 22 rifle. My kids shoot these all the time. They love shooting 22s. This is nice, it's a lot older. My only knock is, you know, it's one shot and then you have to eject the round and load up a new one. Takes a while. But being a Mossberg, I do like it, very much so. All right, next up. This, there's a lot of names on it, so I'm just gonna read it to you. It is a Western Field model M894 from Montgomery Ward. All right, it's a mail order catalog 22 rifle like you've seen in the old style advertisements. All right, it loads very much like the Henrys do, and I gotta fight to get it unlocked. I'm back, and see, I was able to unlock it. Just had to really push on it. So what you have to do is you have to pull it all the way up, keep going. There you go. You're given access for one round. So I'm gonna grab that round. Right. Drop it in. And now it's locked. All right, what I had to do is push it, twist, bring it out, push it in, twist, and now it's in there. All right. Now, when I let the slide go forward, I don't think it chambered around, but we're just gonna double check. Nope. And I should have done it at that time. Yep, it's in there. I did a little press check. We're good to go. So out of my little 22 long rifle Montgomery Ward, look at that, locked back, pretty dang good. Not a bad little rifle, it's semi-automatic. My kids really do like shooting this one. All right, again, it's a 22. All right, so you seen the bolt action, wood stock. Nobody cares about that one. And we see a semi-automatic, wood stock. Still, no problems, right? Nobody cares about that. Next up is this one, the 1522. Now, originally I was gonna bring down the Tippmann, but it's out being used right now, so you have to settle for my little 1522. All right, here we go, 1522. Now, Every time I step down, you'll probably see me drop. That's because there's a divot right here that's in line with the target. All right, let's see. Lock to the rear, safety is on, it is empty. All right, now this is getting a little borderline, just because, you know how it looks. Again though, it's a 15-22, it's a good training gun, and you guys have seen it in the past. All right, so we've been shooting 22s, and I specifically left off, I should say, what kind of 22s. All right, we've been shooting 22 long rifles. They are small. No recoil, kids shoot them, no big deal. But you know what else is technically a 22? The .223 caliber. Now, everyone sees this compared to this, they're like, oh, they're nowhere the same. Well, we're not talking about speed or the amount of kinetic energy the projectile has going down range. What we're talking about here is the diameter of the bullet itself. So the diameter of this lead round is 0.22, and the diameter of this FMJ is 0.223 or 5.56. It really doesn't matter, they're interchangeable. The point is the projectile itself is 0.223. So what's the difference? 0.003. There is no difference. So when you hear in the news or others talk about how AR-15s or any other of that family make holes that are like this big, no, they don't. They literally make a 22 size hole. They're tiny. Now, the difference comes in the amount of kinetic energy that it's dragging along with it, and speed. All right, well, this is traveling right around 700 FPS max, 1200 FPS. This one is traveling around close to 3000 FPS, and FPS is feet per second. Speed beats everything. If you ever look at the aftermath of a tornado, you can see trees with hay stuck inside the tree. It's not that the hay is stronger than the tree, it's that the hay was going fast enough to overcome the tensile strength of the trunk of the tree and stick right into it. The tree is stronger, but not at high speed. So, obviously you know that this is getting loaded into that, and I'm gonna go grab my favorite item of all.
Pew, pew, pew. Pew, pew, pew. Hold up. Wait a minute. It's a chopper.
Here is Kinetic Other. And you guys have seen this Kinetic Other a million times. Alright? But again, it is only shooting a 22 projectile. It is not shooting some death bullet. Alright, so let's take a shot. Now granted, yes, it's a lot louder. There's more kinetic energy. It's got more smokeless powder behind it. Hence why the case of it is a lot bigger, because it's sending the projectile a hell of a lot faster. But it's still the same size. All right, we're actually gonna go walk down now. We're gonna take a look at the target. And I wanted to aim high so we could differentiate and show you the difference. All right, so let's take a walk down there. All right, so in order, this was the first shot I took with the bolt action. Not a big deal. This was the second shot with that semi-automatic. All right. Then I aimed a little high, and this is the one that hit with the M&P 1522. And of course, when I shot the .223, right there, as you can see, they are all the same size. I'm gonna slip it through the hole that I know was made by the Kinetic Other. All right. So just listen. There it goes. No problem. This is the 22 round. Okay, here's another hole right here. Got it in there. Straight through. And of course, this last one, you know, came out of the 15-22. And I got a hold of it up there. Alright, ready? No tearing. It's still intact. You can see by the back, there is no tearing. Why? They're all the same. They're the same size, diameter-wise. Alright, 0.003 difference. It's insignificant. I don't care what you say. I reject reality and replace it with my own. The reason I brought all of this up is when we're teaching a class and we're going over caliber designation for the gun, It's on the back of the cartridge, obviously on the ammunition box, right? So the guns are all marked 22 long rifle. The box of ammo is marked right there, 22 long rifle. And when you look at the cartridge, it too says 22 long rifle. Okay? And of course, we always tell people, look, some calibers have multiple designations. Like 9mm, you have 9mm, 9mm para, or 9mm parabellum, 9mm Luger, and 9x19 mm, which is 9x19mm, which my Glock is marked 9x19. And then we talk about how 45 auto is the same as 45 ACP. Now, I always bring up so people understand that a 9mm Luger is not the same as all 9mm. What I mean is, say you go to the gun store, you buy yourself a brand new Glock 19, Glock 43X, Sig 226, whatever you're buying. It's chambered in 9mm Luger, all right? Most places you can walk over and get your own ammo to go up to the checkout line. So you walk up and you grab yourself a box of 9mm Browning. 9mm, there you go. You go buy it, you shove it in your gun. Will it work? I'll give you a second to answer. No, of course it's not going to work because it's not designed for your gun. Your gun is chambered in 9mm Luger or 9mm Parabellum. 9mm Luger is completely different than 9mm Browning, which is what we designate as 380, not to confuse people. But we do have some boxes every now and then that are marked 9mm Browning, and people just don't seem to know sometimes that not all 9mm are the same. Hence, 22 long rifle is 22. The Connecticut Other, which I'm moving my arm like looking down there, is only a 22, but it is not a 22 long rifle, obviously, but the diameter of the round is still the same. 9mm Browning, yes, the projectile, the bullet itself is 9mm, just like the 9mm Luger, but the case is completely different. That's why one is a Browning and one is a Luger. Lugers were this tall, then the Browning is only like that tall because it's a 380. So we don't confuse them. We call it something completely different. So you have to be mindful when you are purchasing ammo. You have to know what exactly you are grabbing off the shelves, what you're putting into the gun, because you do not want to put the wrong ammo into the wrong gun. Okay, but enough about that rant. I'll get off my little soapbox. But there you go, I tricked y'all. Shooting 22s all day, yes. Connecticut Other is technically shooting a 22 caliber projectile, just at a great higher velocity with a lot more power, a lot more kinetic energy behind that round. So when it hits, it definitely is going to let you know it's louder, flies further, straighter, and obviously has more kinetic energy. So with that being said, I don't think we have much else to do down here but clean up, and I'm not going to keep you guys around for all that. It's kind of boring. So if you didn't go click it, do it now. Go order a shirt. All right. As always, I will see you on the trail. Stay safe in the fray. Do me a favor, like the video, share it, and please subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. I noticed a lot of people watch the videos and they are not subscribed users. Do me a favor, hit the subscription button so you never miss an episode of Todd down at the Blue Trail Range.